In so many ways, our lives are just a series of choices. Choices that can lead us in dramatically different directions. Choices that can make our dreams come true.
Can't believe this is our new home.
Or leave us wishing we were anywhere but here.
Hold on, we're gonna get a shock load!
And how to make good choices has been something that humans have been asking themselves since history began. And this week, after sailing through some of the most beautiful landscape in all of Greece, we go on a journey to discover the crazy way that the most important people of the ancient world made their difficult decisions thousands of years ago. Spoiler alert, it involves a priestess getting high on volcanic fumes before being briefly possessed by a deity. Now, it's been 6 weeks since we set sail from Turkey into Greece on a journey to get to Montenegro in time to recharge our Schengen visas. And since then, we've sailed across the Aegean, through the Saronic Islands. We've been joined by Desiree's mother, Xiomara, who's here to help out with Isabella while we get some miles under the keel. And last week, we got to transit the famous Corinth canal, which was such a cool experience. But this week, our story begins in the Gulf of Corinth, on our way to the remote Greek town of Galaxidi. Man, we are just blasting along. We're doing like 7.5 knots right now. 16 knots on the beam. We're in this very narrow, long, protected bay. So the Gulf of Corinth and then the Gulf of Petros. And so in situations like this, where we're going west and the wind is out of the north, that is just absolutely perfect. What do you think, Xio?
I like it this way better.
Yeah.
It's so quiet and it's so peaceful.
Yeah.
The only thing is, it's a little feeling a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, my life.
Xio, I found your new house.
Oh, wow.
Get your own little rock
Exactly.
cave thing.
And a church next to it. That's not
Yeah,
a church.
see, everything you need.
Oh man, good morning. Well, it is barely 8 o'clock and it is so freaking hot and there's barely a breath of wind. So I think our goal today is going to be to get off the boat.
Yeah, so there's been like an official warning on my weather app every day for the last couple days, you know, to be cautious from extreme heat. It's been very hot and a lot of our time and attention and just what we have to do is just manage the heat, you know, because we don't have air conditioning. It just gets stifling, man. So Galaxidi isn't necessarily known for its beaches, but it does have a handful of small pebble beaches nestled into the cliffs, which make for a great spot to stay cool in the heat of the day.
Whoa!
Man, so I can't believe that yesterday we were gonna completely bypass this area. I think it's gonna be worth delaying our trip by a couple days because this place is just so naturally beautiful. It feels like we're in the middle of nowhere in a tiny little, perfect little town, you know. The town of Galaxidi is located in the region of Phokis. This arid and mountainous region is one of the least populous in all of Greece, and Galaxidi stands out as a small yet beautiful bastion of civilization in what is otherwise a vast and grand natural expanse. All right, so we dropped off Desiree and it's Issa's nap time, but there's this island that we passed on the way in with a church on it, so Xio really wanted to check it out.
Come on, Elsa. Come on.
What are you gonna say to the big man?
Thank you for bringing me here.
Thank you for your wonderful son-in-law.
And also my son-in-law. Yes.
Oh, so is so stoked. Oh.
Goodness. Can't be in church with a hat on. Oh, there's candles you can light.
Wow, this is really pretty. I'm amazed at how ornate the woodwork is for such a random abandoned building. Nice. Galaxidi is famous for its delicious seafood, so we headed into town to try some for ourselves. Isabella, you look very pretty.
She's like, this is nothing new, Dad. Thank you.
Whiting different, anchovy, fresh sardine, which one?
I think I'll do the grilled sardines, actually.
Alright.
Okay, buddy. Food is here. Dig in. Let me know how it is.
It's just like lemon and garlic and parsley.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Oh. All right. Wow. That's freaking bomb. See, I love it when we do this. When we get basically 3 meals worth of food between the two of us. We had a great time exploring Galaxidi, but it was so hot that we had to do what we could to stay cool.
Oh, you found some water. She loves it. Can you say water? Whoa!
Okay, we gotta go, wet baby.
Good morning, Ma. Good morning. This is the second night that my mom and I both slept on deck. Yesterday was particularly rough because there wasn't a lot of wind, so it was really hot. But then because there wasn't a lot of wind, we were kind of like rocking a lot back and forth. I'm really glad my mom's here because if she weren't here today, it would be really rough. I mean, Issa's a great baby, but I just get exhausted. So now that my mom's here, I can just kind of like pawn her off on my mom.
So we are underway to the nearby town of Itea. And we're not going very far. It's very, very close. There's a marina that has good protection. You just tie up alongside, actually. We're gonna get a car and we're gonna head up to the ruins at Delphi. Today, Delphi is known as one of the most beautiful archaeological sites in the world. But to the ancient Greeks, Delphi was one of the most sacred places in the entire cosmos. According to legend, the Greek god Zeus wanted to know where the center of the universe was. So he released 2 eagles from the farthest corners of either side of the universe. And after what must have been a very long flight, Delphi is where the 2 eagles finally met, making it the center of the universe. So it's a super cool story. Super cool place. It's supposed to be very beautiful, and the car should have air conditioning, which is going to be a major plus. So let's do it. So in order for us to produce these episodes, we end up spending a ton of time doing research. It can be a pretty long process that involves figuring out where we want to go, what to do when we get there, the history of the region, where we can anchor. And then when we finally do drop the hook, it's already time for us to start researching our next destination. Which brings me to the sponsor of today's episode, Opera. Opera is a web browser that is faster and smarter than conventional web browsers. Opera's built-in AI feature, Aria, makes researching our next destination so much easier. And I can even ask it questions about images, which is super helpful. And I love Aria's highlight tool, which allows me to select words on the screen and get a very detailed overview of that topic. And Opera's Tab Islands allows me to organize the dozens of tabs that I have open at any given moment so that I can bounce back and forth between research rabbit holes until I can finally figure out exactly what each episode is going to be about. So download Opera today using the link in the description below to instantly improve your online experience. It's free, has tons of great features, and is super easy to use.
Itsy bitsy spider went out the water's found. Down came the rain.
We found out that you can't bring dogs to the Delphi archaeological site. So then I just asked our neighbor, I was like, do you want to watch a dog today? And he was like, yeah, why not? Thank you so much to our buddy Juan Luis. He's kind of saved the day. How you doing, buddy?
I'm dying. Because the heat just like penetrates through my body and just like shuts me down.
And it like makes you feel nauseous. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like I'm gonna throw up.
Sorry, buddy. Well, you hold down the fort.
Okay, I'll watch the footage later.
Yeah. Bye, baby. Have a good nap. According to legend, it was here at Delphi that a sacred stone was guarded by a monstrous dragon or serpent called the Python. Apollo, the Greek god of prophecy, killed the python and made Delphi his home, establishing the city as a place where mortals could come and seek his guidance. But this communication with Apollo had to be done indirectly through the Oracle of Delphi. The Oracle was a priestess at the Temple of Apollo in Delphi, through whom the god Apollo could communicate. The Oracle was consulted by rulers from all across the Greek world on matters of the highest importance, like political decisions, military strategy, and whether a new city-state should be established. The Oracle would deliver her prophecies by inhaling vapors and gases that came from a chasm in the earth within the temple, and she'd then go into an ecstatic trance state, uttering ambiguous prophecies that the questioner would then have to interpret. A famous example of this is the king of ancient Lydia consulted the Oracle to determine whether he should go to war against the Persian Empire. The Oracle cryptically replied that if the king attacked, he would destroy a great empire. So the king invaded Persia only to find that the empire he destroyed was his own. Carved into the stone above the entrance to the Temple of Apollo was this famous and cautionary phrase, which translates to "know thyself." I think the idea here is that if you don't know yourself, if you don't know your flaws and your weaknesses, if you don't know the ways in which you need to improve or the issues that you need to work out, then no amount of prophecy is going to help you. In fact, it may actually hurt you. The ancient king of Lydia obviously struggled with pride and hubris, assuming that if an empire were to be destroyed, it couldn't possibly be his own. Had the king known that he had an issue with pride, then maybe the Lydians would still be around to this very day. Wow, nice spot, ladies.
Did you see the grapes?
Whoa. Just pick your own grapes at your table. That view is nuts. Okay, what'd you get, buddy?
I got onion and beef stew. It was very
Nice.
good.
And how about you, Co?
I got a big steak.
Nice. And then I got the slow cooked goat and local greens. Man, but I feel like we just got so lucky this week, or like the last couple days. The fact that we decided to make this last minute detour, how cool of an anchorage that was, how cool of a town. And here we are, like with this insanely good view and super good food, and I just feel very grateful right now.
Yeah, I love Greece. Oh man, I just woke up and we're underway. First time leaving the dock without my help. My mom must have helped Jordan leave the dock. Did you help Jordan with the lines?
Yeah, but he did everything. I didn't do anything, really.
We got an early departure this morning, and I was hoping if you could sleep, you would sleep, so.
Thank you.
Yeah, but yeah, it's pretty. It's just so beautiful around here early in the morning. Most of the day, like 12 hours of the day, too hot. But 6:30 in the morning is pretty nice.
Good morning, Kitsy Witsy. Good morning.
Well, it is a super calm day here on the Gulf of Corinth. Since we're in this giant bay, we're so protected that we're just motoring along in totally flat water. It's kind of fun. We need to run the water maker. We are really low on water, but first I need to change the filter. And normally I would really not want to do that while underway, but it's just so calm that it's not going to be a problem today. So I'm going to run and do that real quick. All right, we've got some wind. We're sailing. This is perfect. We've got 11 knots on the port quarter, and we're just cruising along. So this is very, very comfortable. This is the Bay of Corinth, and then we're gonna be entering the Bay of Petros here in a moment. So we've got wind coming with us right now, and that's coming from a Meltemi in the Aegean. And we might get headwinds against us in the Bay of Petros later on today. But we're gonna enjoy the really good conditions that we've got while we've got them.
The captain is not even paying attention to where we're going.
I know, she's just
She's
steering
like
blind.
this, and I'm like, okay, where are we going?
All All right, so we're coming up on a large bridge, the Rion Antirion Bridge. I guess they control the traffic going under it, so I gotta call in.
Because this is your traffic, okay, sir, tell me the height of your mast.
The height of our mast is 18 meters.
Proceed from the north, keeping 3 pillars on your port side, 1 pillar on your starboard side.
Yeah, so I guess they've got different spans, so you can either go through like the middle, the right, or the left, and I guess they like to reserve the middle for really tall traffic.
Baby's first bridge.
This might be the first bridge that I'll fully sail through, because almost always bridges make wind weird, you know?
Yeah.
But the wind is right smack dab behind us. Okay, Theo, here we go. Brace for impact.
I think we're gonna hit. Just kidding. Just kidding. We did it, baby! We did it!
Man, we had such a nice sail today. I just can't even believe it. And right now is like my favorite part. The water's like totally calm, just the right amount of wind. We're cruising along. Desiree, Theo, and Isabella are all asleep down below. I'm just kind of having a moment, just looking at the boat, just gliding through the water like this, silently. The idea of our home moving so comfortably somewhere, you know, my family down below asleep. It's, I don't know, it's just a perfect situation right now.